an ultimate test of his willpower, a man decided to give up eggs for Latin. Although not thrilled with the idea, his wife agreed to support him in this effort. The first few weeks weren't too difficult. Things got further during the next couple of weeks, so the wife wore her tedious night clothes and chewed and garlic before going to bed. The last couple of weeks were extremely tough on the husband, so the wife took to locking the bedroom door and forcing the husband to sleep on the couch. Easter morning finally came. A knock came on the wife's bedroom door. Knock, knock, knock. Husband, guess who? Wife, I know who it is. Husband, guess what I want? Wife, I know what you want. Husband, guess what I'm knocking with? A husband and wife want to take golf lessons from a pro at a local country club. The man and woman meet the pro and head into the driving range. The man goes up to hit first. He swings and hits the ball 100 yards. The golf pro says, "Not bad. Now hold the club as firm as you hold your wife's breast." The man follows instruction and hits the ball 300 yards. The golf pro says, "Excellent. Now the woman takes her turn. Her ball goes 13 yards. The golf pro says, "Not bad, but try holding the club like you hold your husband's egg." She swings and the ball goes 10 yards. "Not bad, but now try taking the club out of your mouth to hit the ball." A woman went to see a psychiatrist. "I'm really concerned," she said. "The other day I found my daughter and the little boy next door together and examining each other's bodies and giggling." The psychiatrist smiled. "That's nothing to worry about. It's pretty normal." "Well, I don't know," said the woman. "It worries me. It worries my daughter's husband too." A date was arranged for an old-fashioned visitor from America with a lovely Irish girl. They strolled in the park under the moonlight until they came to the scheduled spot where he kissed her several times lightly on the cheek. "That, my dear," he said, "is called spooning." "Spooning may be all right for you," she replied, "but I would rather shove. Well, shove." A man was sitting at a bar enjoying an after-work cocktail when an exceptionally gorgeous and sexy young woman entered. She was so striking that the man could not take his eyes away from her. The young woman noticed his oral attention start and walked directly towards him. Before he could offer his apologies for being so rude, the young woman said to him, "I'll do anything, absolutely anything that you want me to do, no matter how, for $100 on one condition." Flabbergasted, the man asked what the condition was. The young woman replied, "You have to tell me what you want me to do in just 3 words." The man considered her position for a moment, withdrew his wallet from his pocket and slowly counted out 5 $20 bills, which he pressed into the young woman's hand. He looked into her eyes and slowly, meaningfully said, "Paint my house." A guy has been asking the prettiest girl in town for a date, and finally she agrees to go out with him. He takes her to a nice restaurant and buys her a gourmet dinner with expensive wine. On the way home, he pulls over to the side of the road in a scheduled spot. They start and he's getting pretty excited. He starts to reach under her skirt and she spots him saying she's a virgin and wants to stay with that babe. "Well, okay," he says, "how about a job?" "Yeah," she I've never done that, she says. What do I have to do? Well, he answered, remember when you were a kid and you used to shake up a cake bottle and spray your brother with it? She nodded. Well, it's just like that, so he pulls it out and she grabs hold of it and starts shaking it. A few seconds later, his head flops back on the headrest. His eyes close, snow starts to run out of his nose, mud blows out of his ear, and he screams out in pain. What's wrong? She cries out. Take your thumb off the end. This lady goes to the gynecologist but won't tell the receptionist what's wrong with her, just that she must see a doctor. After hours of waiting, the doctor sees her in. Okay, my good woman, what is your problem? The doctor asks. Well, she says my husband is a very compulsive gambler and very nickel he can get his hands on, he gambled. So I had $500 and I stuffed it in my, but now I can't get it out. The doctor says, don't be nervous, I see this happen all the time. He asks her to pull down her underwear, sits her down with her legs wide open, puts his gloves and say, I only have one question. What am I looking for, bills or loose change? A woman walked into a very busy butcher's shop. Looking at the meats and poultry on display, they suddenly grabbed hold of a dressed chicken. She picked up one wing, sniffed it, picked up the other wing and sniffed it, picked up one leg, sniffed it, picked up the other leg, sniffed it. Just as she finished sniffing the second leg, the butcher walked up to her and said, Madam, could you pass such a test? Three women were sitting around throwing back a few drinks and talking about their love lives. One woman said, I call my husband the dentist. Nobody can drill like he does. The second woman giggled and confessed, I call my husband the meaner because of his incredible shaft. The third woman quietly sipped her whiskey until her friend asked, Say, what do you call your husband? She frowned and said, the postman. Why the postman? Because he always came home after work sporting 2 black eyes. What happened to you? Asked his wife. I'll never understand woman, he replied. I was riding up an escalator behind this pretty young girl and I noticed that her skirt was stuck in the crack of her eye. So I pulled it out and she turned around and punched me in the eye. I can certainly appreciate that, said the wife. But how did you get the second black eye? Well, I figured she'll like it that way, said the husband. So I A man wakes up one morning with the worst hangover and no recollection of the night before. Slowly opening his eyes, he sees a bottle of spirit and a glass of water on the beside table. He looks around the room to find his clothes are neatly folded on the dresser with a clean shirt on top. The bedroom is immaculate. On the beside table is a note that says, Darling, your breakfast is in the kitchen. I love you. Downstairs, he finds his favorite cereal, croissants, fresh and freshly brewed coffee waiting for him, along with the morning paper and his 50-year-old son who is finishing his own breakfast. Tell me, son, he asks, what happened last night? Well, says the boy, you came home so drunk you didn't even know your own name. You nearly broke the door down, then you were sick in the hallway. Then you knocked the furniture over, and when mom tried to calm you down, you thought she was the police, so you gave her a black eye. Chris, says the man. Then how come my clothes are all floated? The house is tidy and my breakfast is ready. When mom dragged you into the bedroom and tried to get your pants off to put you into bed, you shouted at her. A woman gives birth to a baby, and afterward the doctor comes in and says, I have to tell you something about your baby. The woman sits up in bed and says, What's wrong with my baby, doctor? What's wrong? The doctor says, Well, now nothing's wrong. But your baby is a little bit different. Your baby is a hermaphrodite. The woman says, hermaphrodite, what's that? The doctor says, well, it means your baby has the features of a male and a female. The woman turns pale and she says, Oh my God, you mean it has a... Little Johnny woke up in the middle of the night and went to the bathroom. On the way back to bed, he passed his parents' room. When he looked in, he noticed the covers bouncing. He called to his dad, Hey Dad, what are you doing? The dad answered, Playing cards. Little Johnny asked, Who's your partner? The dad answered, Your mom. Little Johnny then passed by his older sister's room again. He noticed the covers bouncing. He called to his sister, Hey sis, what are you doing? The sister answered, Playing cards. Little Johnny asked, Who's your partner? She answered, My boyfriend. A little later, Dad got up and went to the bathroom. As he passed Little Johnny's room, he noticed the covers bouncing. He called to his son, What are you doing? Little Johnny answered, Playing game card. Dad asked, Really? Who's your partner? Little Johnny answered, You don't need a partner. It's a beautiful warm spring day and a man and his wife are at the zoo. She is wearing a cute, loose-fitting, sleeveless pink spring dress with straps. As they walk through the ape exhibit and pass in front of a very large gorilla, the gorilla goes up. He jumps up on the bars holding on with one hand and 2 feet, grunting and pounding his chest with the free hand. He is obviously excited at the pretty lady in the wavy dress. The husband noticed his excitement and suggests that his wife tease the poor fellow. The husband suggests she puck her lips, wiggle her bottom, and play along. She does, and Mr. Gorilla gets even more excited, making noises that would wake the dead. Then the husband suggests that she lets one of her straps fall. She does, and Mr. Gorilla is just about to tear the bars down. Now try lifting your dress up your thigh, the husband said. This drives the gorilla absolutely crazy. A young couple are on their way to Vegas to get married.
Before getting there, the girl says to the guy that she has a confession to make. The reasons that they have not been too intimate is because she is very flat-chested. If he wishes to cancel the wedding, it's okay with her. The guy thinks about it for a while and says he does not mind that she is flat and is not the most important things in the marriage. Several miles down the road, the guy turns to the girl and says that he also wants to make a confession. He says that below his waist he is just like a baby. If the girl wants to cancel the marriage, it's okay with him. The girl thinks about it for a while and says that she does not mind, and that she also believes there are other things far more important than eggs in a marriage. They are happy that they are honest with each other and go on to Vegas and get married. On their wedding night, the girl takes off her clothes. She is as flat as a washboard. Finally, the guy takes off his clothes. One glance at the guy's naked body and the girl faints and falls to the floor. After she regains consciousness, the guy says, "I told you before we got married. Why did you still faint?" The girl says, "You told me it was just like a baby." The guy replies, "Yes, 8 pounds and 21 inches."